Low latency. Good. Hi everyone, we are playing AI the Somnium files. We keep going this cool visual novel. Load game. We're gonna have a quick recap of what happened last time. So 2044. This is the last one. Here we go. So this game has different routes. We probably played the craziest one. The last stream. Like weird stuff happened. Like we entered different Somnium. It's like the dreams. And this is probably near to the end of this route. Iris is basically followed by an like a secret organization, and we saved her, and I'm basically like Date. That's me. I'm basically the bodyguard for her. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm a lot better actually. Sorry, by the way, for everything.
During our escape, I got motion sickness. I decided to pull over at the Kumet Shrine so she could rest.
Oh, and thank you. I never thanked you for saving me.
You should be thanking those three. Some bodyguard I am. I put you in danger.
That's not true. If it wasn't for you, I would have... Anyway, there's nothing else to say but thank you.
So we already like clicked on everything in the environment. Just the end of the last stream, so we can just chat with her. Not the winter iris.
Looking at the iris again?
Oh, yeah. I can't see it well in the rain.
You must really like that flower.
Of course, we share the same name.
Iris, the rainbow goddess.
Yeah, that's what Uncle taught me.
The uncle again.
Perhaps it is not the flower itself that Iris likes.
Did Peter say anything?
Nothing in particular. I didn't talk to him at all in the car.
What about the group of gangsters?
They were all speaking different languages, so I didn't understand anything.
Okay. Tell me what
The
happened.
fruit of immortality really exists?
The legend about the shrine?
Yeah,
I told you yesterday, I don't believe in that stuff.
I see.
But you do believe in parallel worlds and secret societies.
Because I experienced that in Iris's Somnium.
This could be a negative side effect of the sync. It is possible that you've been emotionally compromised by Iris's morbid inner consciousness.
Emotionally?
Well, there is no point in discussing this now.
I used to love Uncle. Not like romantically. I was 12 at the time, and Uncle was already in a relationship.
You mean with your mom?
Oh, you knew about that?
I've heard a lot. Like the Okonomiyaki incident?
Yeah, the picture I drew.
Right.
We were always like that. We always acted silly and played around and stuff.
His uncle is a criminal.
I remember that in 6th grade, Uncle and I used to play hand games. Like ratty cakes. It's like patty cakes mixed with rock, paper, scissors. Ratty cake, baker's man.
I have like a memory of that.
As fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit. Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win! Yay!
How do I have the memory of that? That should be like a memory of 89.
I don't know. I only called him Uncle. Mama called him Falco.
Falco?
Isn't it a funny name?
We already knew
Sort of
about that.
weird for a Japanese man. Oh, maybe he wasn't Japanese. I never found out where he was from.
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime.
It appears that Hitomi and the assassin number 89 were dating.
What?
Now you have to take the penalty. Up, up, side to side, up, down, pinch.
And number 89 is with Renju now.
But how did we have a memory of that in the other route?
What the hell is going on here?
I didn't keep my promise.
Promise?
Did you forget? I told you that I would tell you who my late night visitor was if you went on a date with me.
Oh, right.
And we went on a date, so guess I'll tell you now. Sunday at 2 a.m., I was visited by... Renju Okiura.
What?
He seemed really sick, probably because of his injury.
Man, I kinda figured that that was
At the
the
time, I
thing.
had no idea what had happened to him. He was sweating buckets and he came up to me with this begging look in his eyes. He said, "Come with me." He seemed really desperate. I couldn't say no, so I got into his rental car. We went somewhere, I don't know where, some deserted building. Mr. Okiura got out of the car, then grabbed my hand. He tried to pull me inside. I got scared. I pulled my hand away and ran.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Mr. Okiura has done so much for me. He took care of me as a kid. He helped me at Lemniscate. I wanted to trust him. No matter what happens, I can't think of him as a bad person. I mean, he never did anything bad to me. He came to my house at 2 in the morning and tried to take me to an abandoned building, but you never know. Maybe he wanted to show me some flowers, or something that he found. Or it was like a prank he was filming for the internet, or something. And that's what I thought at the time. That's what I kept telling myself. But after hearing everything you've told me, I can't see Mr. Okiura the same way. Maybe he's a part of NICE. Maybe he's trying to...
What happened to him?
I don't know. I haven't seen him or spoken to him since.
What did you do after you ran away?
Well, I didn't go home. I thought he might come back. I just walked around and went into a bunch of stores, restaurants, coffee shops, net cafes. I was afraid that he would try to call me, so I turned off my phone too. And then at night, around 7 I think, I turned on my phone and got a Nile message from Mizuki. I want to stay at your place. I met up with her and took her home. I thought having her around would comfort me. I don't know.
Where did he take you?
Iris, I need you to tell me one thing. Where did Renju take you? Where did he take you exactly?
It's been closed for 8 years. The chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Oh wow. It's a new location for this route. We never went there.
Is this the place?
Yes,
Where did Renju try to take you?
that door in the back.
Chemical plant. There's a Somnium machine. Wait, this is from Iris' dream.
This is...
A sync machine, though it appears to be slightly different than the one in Abyss.
Could this be the prototype Peter was talking about?
The Chiba Police Department was working on a prototype, but it was stolen 6 years ago.
But what is it doing here? Hey, Iris, are you okay?
So either Renju or Knights
Iris,
at this.
stay with me!
Date, Iris's vital signs are going critical.
What? Why?
Unknown, but I believe the issue is with her brain.
Her brain?
Part of her brain is experiencing massive failure. If this continues...
Let's get her to a hospital.
Impossible. You do not have enough time. I estimate that Iris's brain can last only 10 to 15 more minutes before the damage is irreparable.
How do you know that?
I have scanned and analyzed her thorough. Her symptoms indicate that she will die within minutes.
What? Sync.
What?
I'll use the sync machine here to go inside her brain.
That will not cure her condition.
I'm not trying to cure her. 2 days ago, I saw her dead body. After that, we went into Sosajima's brain. And in his Somnium, I saved Iris. And somehow, I saved Iris in the real world, too.
Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
If I do the same thing again...
You think you can save her?
Yes. Iba, please, help me.
Is that an order?
Yes.
Then I suppose I have no choice. My mission is to support you.
All right. We don't have a lot of time. Let's get moving.
Are we trying the impossible here?
Date, this device is a prototype. It is not identical to the one at Abyss.
You said that already, so what?
I do not know how to reset it. There must be a manual of some kind. We need to find that before we begin. This is the console that controls the sync machine.
So if we use this...
The machine can be activated, but we need the manual.
Not in a shell B, maybe.
Date, is that thing on the shelf?
Pam 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 pam. Lot of books, but no manual. Okay, we can get the manual.
Found it! I don't believe it.
Date, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
So in this route we casually happen to be here. And we can casually sync again. Oh, we're back
Shovel Forge again?
in Shovel Forge.
This looks kind of like the other time I synced with Iris, but there's a different atmosphere now. By the way, what happened to your usual appearance?
I decided to hold back this time. This is no time to be playing around. Putting that aside, you want to help Iris, correct? Then we need to hurry.
So what do we need to do?
Care to ask the owner of this world?
She's lost consciousness, even in her own Somnium.
That proves how critical her condition is. Whoa!
What was that?
I do not know, but it appears as though we have no choice but to believe those words.
The fruit of immortality, huh? But I don't see any fruit.
What is that?
We need to do something about this beam of light first.
I've seen that monument before. But back then...
Somnium scan! Activate!
Are we still going to see mental locks? Oh yeah. The star. The monument. And her lying down. Everything's super glitchy. To save her, you'll need to give her the fruit of immortality.
An egg-shaped...
Looks more like a sugar cube.
Iris...
Why can't we wake Iris up?
If we woke her up forcefully, she might become mentally and physically exhausted. We don't know if it is even possible for her to wake up.
The core is... It's the same one I saw in the last sink. If I touch the core like last time...
Even in the Somnium world, it might be better to not put too much burden on Iris.
You're right.
Okay, I don't know how much this was, so I took the
An
20-second one.
Looks more like a
I see. Putting this here cuts off the light.
I feel like I've seen this in a movie.
Don't you mean you've seen this in Iris's Somnium?
Just put it down. Huh? Didn't expect that.
No, this is... I see.
Did you figure something out?
We should make like a star.
This might turn into a pentagram.
Oh, I get it.
Yes, that leaves this remaining. A Chozuya.
Stick your hand in it?
Let me see. There's something here. A monument. If you place it against the light, it will complete the pentagram.
Do it. What?
They have appeared before. It may symbolize Iris's insecurities. Whoa! We have to deal with them before we find the fruit of immortality.
Well, what do you want me to do?
They don't want us to complete the pentagram.
Is that why they attacked the Chozuya and Irises?
But this pedestal has not been attacked. They cannot attack it for some reason.
You think so?
The one near the rainbow.
What
burial.
other explanation could there be? As long as there is even a slight possibility, we must try.
You're right.
Thinking about what worked previously, we need to make a pentagram, but the attack has scrambled everything. We do not have time for trial and error. Think carefully. An egg-shaped
Pick it up.
Understood. Where would you like me to... A pedestal. Upsy daisy.
What does that mean?
I was merely trying to lighten the mood.
I appreciate the thought, but...
Oh, okay.
What is this?
An arch.
This is called a torii.
I feel as though we shouldn't go through here.
We can't leave Iris behind.
A pedestal with...
Take the monument.
Understood. Where would you like me to...
True, and just like follow the colors.
A pedestal. Understood. Huh?
It went through.
It doesn't seem like we can place a monument here. A pedestal with... Apologies, but I cannot carry... Those are my specifications.
If a bug tester found that, they'd be pretty pissed off. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do about it now. Just put it somewhere and come back for it later.
I am glad you are open-minded. A pedestal.
Place it here.
Understood. A pedestal. Understood. Where would you like me to put... A pedestal.
Place it here.
Understood. A pe... A pedestal with a monument. An egg-shaped... Understood. Where would you like me...
Maybe here.
A pedestal. Understood. The light!
I think I did it, kinda. What about the blue dog, though?
The pentagram's complete.
What?
The world is...
It's breaking down.
Did we fail?
The Shovel Forge world disappeared. I am back to my usual appearance.
What about Iris?
It appears that she is unharmed.
Give the fruit of the Tokijiku no Kaku, for you shall then be blessed with eternal life.
Aiba, the door to the shrine opened. Is that the fruit of immortality?
It appears to be the seed of a citrus fruit of some kind, but we need the actual fruit.
That voice said something about the fruit of immortality. I wasn't expecting it to be literal.
Some believe that the fruit of immortality is a Tachibana orange. The Tachibana orange comes from a variety of evergreen trees, so we are looking for some kind of fruit. Fruits have edible flesh surrounding the seeds.
Right, but if we only have the seed...
This is a dream world. If we plant it now, it may grow quickly.
Aiba, you ready to slash and burn?
I see. If we plant it there...
It sprouted.
This must be a positive sign.
With the ashes as compost, then all we need is...
Water, maybe?
It's a Chozuya.
Oh, we are missing a light there. Okay.
It's a... The Chozuya was destroyed in the Shovel Forge world. The place where the irises were blooming has turned to ash.
Another bug?
That is a possibility.
But why?
Unknown. It's a Chozuya.
Well...
You
Dig?
do know this is not the Shovel Forge world, correct?
But there's a pickaxe on the ground there.
Pickaxe?
I
You're
haven't
right.
seen it.
But why? The pickaxe even looks strange.
Maybe Iris left it behind because she wanted you to use it.
Perhaps. Whoa!
It's raining. So this is the fruit of immortality.
We need to hand this over to Iris.
Right. Hurry. Wait for me, Iris. I'm coming.
There's still one more thing to do. We don't have much more time.
Oh, that was a bell?
I thought it was a Castella.
A guardian.
Sure.
Aw, doggy. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
What are you doing?
I have come to the world of Somnium to play with dogs.
But that's not something you should be doing right now.
You're right.
If I ever sink into any dog breeders, I'll let you know.
Date, you were the one who said to pet it. Iris is unconscious.
I mean, at least it gave me like the reduction. What about the eggs though? Maybe it's for the Easter egg. Back from the dead. My necromancer, you know.
Thank you.
We did save Iris, good. Is this gonna save Iris back from the Somnium as well? She going to wake up? Wait, what?
You're awake.
Date, thank you for everything you've done for me.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna die, aren't I?
No. Don't talk crazy.
Why is the high like
I
that?
synced with you to save you.
Oh. Could this have happened to... No. I cannot believe this.
This has to be the timeline where you live.
I don't want to die yet. I don't want to die. Don't.
Is this like
die.
because of the field Somnium that they that
I
she has the eye like that?
I wanted to spend more time with you. I wanted to go places.
I'll take you. I'll take you wherever you want. I'll take you to Ichirup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habamai. Anywhere you want, Iris.
Really?
Yes,
I'm gonna be okay.
of course. You won't die, I promise.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm not gonna die. I can be with you forever.
Of course you can. You're gonna live, Iris, forever and ever. You'll become a grown woman, get married, have kids. I'll even babysit them for you.
Tate, thank you. These past few days have been so much fun. Please, Mr. Dante! You can't leave me! Your back is so warm, Mr. Date. It feels like I've met
So
you
what
before.
Ranger did with that? Was he trying to save people?
Then go on a date with me.
Or we still can't.
I am the Greek goddess of rainbows.
We don't understand. But
You're
that
the
does
only
not
person I can
explain
trust.
what why Ranger died in the other route.
Dante! Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Date, can you tell me one last thing? I've been looking. Are you...
No, no, Iris. You can't die. Please, Iris. Iris. Iris!
We already had bad weather anyway. I'm wondering now what's going to happen. It was the Iris route. What's next? We go back here and we have to do the other route. Back in Shovel Forge.
What is this place?
This... I think... This
All right.
a door... Rod...
This is an... That's a big...
It must be a...
Is this?
I found a...
Something the
It seems you could...
But we need to make the...
Done.
Okay, we gotta dance for real now. Get...
What sh...
Dance, Date!
I but...
Okay.
Teacups that are... We foiled Project Bluebeam!
This appears... This appear... This...
Well, dig it.
Really?
Now here, instead of making the monument, we have to make something different.
There's a crafting... Someone's... Excuse me.
Hey, don't...
You're a material. A craft.
Crafter.
What is NA?
I see.
Not
You can
available.
Take advantage of this glitch, Date.
But I don't know anything about guitars.
I said glitch, not Gret.
I could do that?
This game is filled with bugs and programming errors. We can take advantage of that to reveal things not supposed to be seen.
I see. Let's try it.
Understood. We can use you?
Is it a glitched skill?
Oh, I see.
How about that? Anything change?
The numbers have changed.
What, is it August 32nd?
No, the pickaxe is level 255.
That's pretty extreme.
But with this glitched item, we may be able to destroy something we were not supposed to be able to. Something in the game world. Or rather, something Iris doesn't want us to destroy.
Could we break the pedestal? The wall?
This is a strange wall.
They get.
I see. I just need to use the pickaxe.
You're right.
Leave it to me.
And it was pretty tough.
The wall disappeared.
The iris has bloomed?
No, this is no miracle. Merely the result of the game's programming changing the iris from wilted to bloom.
That can't be.
Dante, what are you doing? What about the monument? What about fighting Knives?
Tell her that we have the strongest pickaxe. We don't need that. Let's continue.
Wait! Dante! No! Don't abandon me!
We have the strongest pickaxe.
What's with this screen? Is it loading? Well, if you need to use the bathroom, now's the time.
Oh, this is
This is...
the district.
Golden Yokocho. Not the world of Shovelforge.
This might be Iris's real Somnium.
There's nothing here. We have no choice but to move forward. What?
Was that only for the glitch?
Is this the exit? Let's go in.
We're back.
Hey, look.
What? A pyramid?
Nice is close. Dante, help me!
Iris!
Let's help Iris. Let's help her by freeing her from her world of delusion. Reveal the truth hiding inside her imagination, Date. It's a pyramid.
This time we do have a pick.
Got it. It didn't work.
So it's not invincible.
It was taxed to its limit. A mirror door.
Destroy the mirror?
Well said, Date.
No, you can't. That mirror amplifies the power of dance.
Then I will do it.
Stop, please.
Ah!
Is that really what we have to do?
Is this Iris when she was a child?
Is she an alien?
Iris, this is all in your head. You're imagining it. It's not real.
No, you're wrong, Date.
Iba,
What?
Does she have mental problems?
let's end this.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Destroy?
Iba, that thing there. Destroy it.
No, stop.
Understood.
Please, stop.
Click, flip, block.
Stop.
It's a real flashback. We go.
Okay, I think I got it. So it's like this. Date and Tessa were attacked at Golden Yokocho by a group of unknown gunmen?
No, not unknown. They were hired by Nyzet, also known as Nyz. I found out Nyz's secret, and now they want me dead.
You're just
Date,
crazy.
is this for real?
It's true that we were shot at by armed gunmen, but the Nyz part...
If Sinclair, it didn't prove Iris' story, it only made more skeptical. Iris is lying, maybe even unknowingly. She believes that she's been targeted by Nyz, she sincerely does, but...
Date, you don't believe me?
I thought about it carefully before answering.
Iris, let me be honest. I think you're letting your imagination get the better of you.
It's not my imagination. Why don't you believe me? Date, you're just being stubborn. You're just a cynical old man who doesn't believe in anything.
Then you have to give me proof. If you can't show me proof, I can't believe you. Iris, seriously, you're imagining things.
Fine then. I was stupid to think I could trust you, Date. Bye.
Kuroda Kazuaki's Heart Sashimi.
Quick check at everything.
That's Quentin Rapcone's Flap Flapper. It was from a long time ago.
Salt?
Mayumi's cold-pressed juice.
Hey, Date! I've got this video of a nurse rubbing oil all over an eggplant! Wanna watch?
Maybe later.
A lucky cat. Okay, what do you have to say? Is that a problem?
Well, yeah. If you make her mad, you make me mad.
Well, I guess you'll have to be mad then. She had to hear the truth. The cold, hard truth.
Even if that's true, you could have worded it nicer. You could have handled this better, Date.
I think so as well. You are as clumsy as ever.
You believe any of this?
Date, you don't believe Tessa, right?
Right.
You don't believe Nizet laws exist?
No, I don't.
Then why was she almost kidnapped?
I don't know, but it might have something to do with Renju.
He was looking for Iris.
In any case, we don't know who's behind
We let her go.
but we know she's in danger. Which is why I came here. I need you to hide Iris.
What?
I need to go somewhere.
To Hitomi's residence.
Yeah, I need to talk to her immediately.
There's a room back there she kinda made her own. She's probably there.
She's certainly made herself at home. Has Iris been back there before?
Yeah, Tessa's been here a few times.
A secret room in Matsushita Diner. Wow.
Hide Iris? I mean, I don't mind, but... why here?
The organization that I'm in may have a traitor, so I can't take her to HQ. That, of course, means that I can't take her to my house either. So I thought this diner would be a good place. Her enemies wouldn't look for her here. If she's here with you guys, I know that she's safe.
Wait, you guys?
Yeah, I'm expecting one more. Any minute now.
Mizuki? Did he text Mizuki?
Mizuki?
Don't worry, I understand everything. I'll protect Iris.
Anyway, if they do manage to find her here, having Mizuki around should help, right?
Right. I know how strong she is.
Good luck, you two.
Thanks, Date.
Date.
I'm sorry for coming so late. I need to talk to you about Iris.
What is it?
Iris said something to me that was very concerning. She said she's being targeted by an organization called Nizet Laws, and that she needs help. Does any of this sound familiar?
Not tell her about the shooting at Golden Yokochoko.
I didn't intend to hide it from you. I just never found the right time.
Huh?
She's sick. Iris has a malignant brain tumor.
A brain tumor?
Mental illness.
It makes her say strange things sometimes.
I see. Her delirium could be a result of a brain tumor. It can also cause hallucinations and violent thoughts. It makes sense. Everything Iris said was likely a result of her condition.
Malignant brain tumor, circle my mind. Wow, that's sad. Hey, a lot of dishes. I think we checked everything. We can start talking with her, but... Does Iris know?
I didn't tell her the specifics, but I'm sure she knows.
How long has she been sick for?
We found out in January. She suddenly collapsed at school. She went to the hospital and they examined her. They found a tumor. According to the doctor, surgery wouldn't help.
You mean?
Grade 4. Terminal. She has a year to live. At most. That's what the doctor told me. And if they were right, then she only has a few months left.
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
About her disease.
It's a brain tumor. It can cause a number of side effects. Nausea and dizziness.
We saw that.
Sometimes her hands and legs go numb.
That's why she can't dance anymore.
Sometimes she can't control her body temperature.
No. But I am kind of warm.
What? That was all caused by her brain tumor?
Iris contacted you.
Yes. She said she was staying with a friend. She's with Mizuki, but it still bothers me. I'm so worried that I couldn't sleep.
Is there any way to save her life?
Ordinary treatments won't work. But there is one way to save her life.
Which is?
Very expensive.
Date, it's from Mizuki.
Why now? Sorry, could you excuse me?
Went to the corner of the room.
Date, I'm sorry.
What? What happened?
Iris, she's gone. She disappeared. I only took my eyes off her for a second.
What? Where did she go?
I don't know. That's why I'm calling. But she left a note on the table. Oh, just sent you a picture. Did you get it?
I have it now. Opening.
I'm going with the person I trust most. Don't worry about me, Iris.
Iris?
I have tried calling Iris with a different line. I cannot connect. It is probable that she turned her phone off.
Damn. Mizuki, let's split up and find her. Let Ota know too.
Got it.
Did something happen?
She was eavesdropping, no point hiding it.
What?
She didn't ask why it disappeared. I'm sure she thinks it's the thermal. Iris' illness is making her go insane.
Iris said that she was going with somebody. With the person she trusts most. Any idea who that might be?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for her.
I'll go too.
No, please, stay here. She might come home.
But...
It's all right. I'll find her. Trust me.
Okay.
She talking about Renju. We know because we just played the other route.
Date, the person in Iris's letter. The one she trusts most. Who do you think that is?
It's either Renju or Hanko.
I think so too. Remember what Iris said?
I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
According to the mermaid at Sunfish Pocket,
He was looking for Iris.
I think Renju called Iris.
And Iris went looking for him.
Exactly.
Then what can I do? We've been looking for Renju. Everyone at HQ is looking for him too. Not to mention he's on the run with number 89. And even with all of that, we haven't found him. We don't even have any leads.
If we only had some clues to work with.
Then we wouldn't be in this mess.
Are you giving up? Iris might be with number 89 at this very moment. We need to find her immediately. Now think, Date. Where would Renju go?
Not his house. Not Lemniscate. Maybe Lemniscate, but probably not. Sagan household?
It's true that they've known each other for some time, but when we went to the house, he was not there.
Sunfish Pocket, maybe?
Ota already searched Sunfish Pocket. It's open for business. Iris was not there. I didn't ask about Renju, but I am sure that he would have told us.
I don't think it's Lemniscate again, but...
I got a call from Mizuki. She went to Lemniscate, but no one was there.
His house?
Renju's house is currently occupied by officers from HQ. If he went back there, we would have been contacted.
Cold storage warehouse?
The cold storage
And
warehouse.
I had to fail 4 times
Maybe
before
he's
I'm in
there.
there. See, there was no obvious solution the first time. We had to fall 4 times. Okura's fishery. Here we go.
There is no one here.
Damn. He's not here? Let's go, Iva.
Wait.
What's wrong? Is there someone here?
No living organisms detected.
Then...
No living organisms detected.
you mean...
Let's search the area. We might be able to find something. On Sunday night, you saw Iris's body here?
Yeah. Her dead body was right here on the workbench.
Date, the forklift. Doesn't it seem off somehow? It hasn't been in use for some time, but something is peculiar about it.
We checked that last. Here we go. X-ray.
No. This can't be.
So that's a dead body again.
Iris.
Is it going insane? Now this time Haiba is here.
Have you settled down? The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me.
I'm shocked.
If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelion.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation, but even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that?
Ice cream.
Oh, I see you are back to making jokes. I am glad to hear that, but please stay focused.
Maybe the AC is broken.
So the on-off switch was broken, and they couldn't turn it off. But they could have shut off the electricity. I find it hard to imagine they would have left it running for no reason. The bills would have been expensive. Why? For what purpose?
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the core. Do you remember what that was?
It was frozen.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid, but we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagon household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive. Why?
It was a hallucination.
What I saw on Sunday must have been a hallucination. It was a dream.
No, Date. You're overthinking it. You saw the corpse, but Iris was alive, which means...
I saved her in Somnium.
Because we saved her. We saved her in Somnium.
Date, think logically. What occurs in dreams does not affect reality, and parallel world, that is even less possible. So if that's the case...
Iris is dead.
I see. I understand now. Maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. Iris isn't alive. She's dead. I saw the ghost of Iris.
Mr. Date, it's time for your medication.
You mean...
You've got it.
It's a clone.
The corpse is completely frozen. Getting a more thorough look would require removing the cloth. However, we would not want to be disrespectful. You can use a certain vision mode instead.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly. She appears to have been pregnant.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth. The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size. This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Which means?
Iris is still alive.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet. Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife.
I'm starting to think that Ranju tried to cover up the death of Iris with a fake Iris.
This matches what you said on Sunday.
But why?
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly. Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown, but there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clue. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Sunday night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sejima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Renju and...
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to...
So Sejima.
So things that happened 10 years ago? Iris' whereabouts are still unknown. I'm worried about her, but without any leads, we'd just be looking for her blindly. Should focus on investigation for now. Will eventually lead me to Iris, I'm sure of it. With that in mind, I headed to So Mansion.
I thought I told you never to show your face here again.
Topiary. Just feeding the pond as usual. It's time to
I didn't come here for show.
spill out the truth.
I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman! You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two, and that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary, the same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
Bodyguards surrounded me.
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Isn't that enough evidence to ask for for a warrant or something to enter his house or something?
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ah!
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think? Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
All right, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again. with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
Oh.
Yes, you did see this body early. But that was the 3rd time. I'm talking about the very first.
Yesterday, Monday night?
What are you talking about? You didn't see a dead body last night.
Sunday
That
night?
was the 2nd time, when my body was out of commission and you went to the warehouse on your own. I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about the very first time.
3 days ago.
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss.
Yes, in the Somnium world. We saw the frozen corpse of a girl. Question 2. Who is the girl?
Iris.
Huh? Are you serious? How did you come to that conclusion?
Alice, because we gave her the name.
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days. One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice? I understand your... We did see Alice in So's Somnium. In that sense, your answer is not incorrect. However, I mean specifically Alice's frozen corpse. Whose brain were we synced to then?
Let's mess it up again. We said it.
Adrian!
Rocky!
Adrian!
Rocky!
But seriously, I am talking about the Do you think you should be joking at a time like this?
Mitsuki?
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly.
What?
You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy, but prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore...
When did we
Mizuki
see
has
her?
seen Alice before.
Was it under the machine?
There is no other
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday. Ikume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
It seemed like a good spot. We've been there like 1,000 times at this point. I think I'm gonna take like a minute break. I'll go toilet, I'll get some water, and I will be back. Alright.
Date.
How did she know though? 10 years ago she was 2.
Did you find Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
That's it. Where's Ota?
I think he's searching Akihabara right now. Last time he checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
Where's Ranju?
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. That's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
He was looking for Iris.
Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
What are you doing here?
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things, like what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga. And we would talk about all our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here. But it looks like I was wrong.
Alice?
Mizuki, I have something very important to ask you.
All eyes?
You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago,
How?
I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you mean?
It's a quick recap of what happened.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Agony.
Okay. I'll tell you about Alice. It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemniscate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I had never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift. And then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself. And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris.
Why didn't you call the police?
What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
Yeah.
Talk to Range about it?
What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject of somnia.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
What did you do after that?
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination.
About the warehouse?
I
What?
actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think. But I understand why.
So, it wasn't Sosejima that was hiding the corp. It was Ranju, probably.
Inside that warehouse was...
And the new owner was like so, probably.
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse, and he was the only one allowed in there too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company, and the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing the warehouse?
For 18 years, that's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai. 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
So Itomi
When I was
might know
young,
something.
I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
Alice's... Monica. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead. Iba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss.
I think we're gonna
Hitomi
see
saw this.
Roger that.
we're gonna sync with Hitomi at this point. I don't see how this could go differently.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to confirm her identity. And yet here you are. Cool as a cucumber, even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why?
Her name is Iwai Monica. She has been missing for 18 years. She was 19 years old at the time she went. Monica, Hitomi Sagan, and Renju Okiura all attended Eitoku High School.
18 years
Monica's
of
body was found completely frozen solid.
frozen solid body.
Her right eye was missing. Her body shows multiple stab wounds from an edged weapon to the back of the torso. The cause of death was those stab wounds. The murder weapon was most likely a kitchen. She was also pregnant until just before her time of death. Monica's corpse was hidden under the hood of a forklift in Okiura Fishery cold storage warehouse. This warehouse has been under Renju's management for 18 years. Mizuki witnessed Renju checking on the corpse. This of course means that Renju knew about Monica. Because Monica's corpse is completely frozen, it is difficult to determine her time of death. However, her appearance appears to be unchanged from when she went missing 18 years ago. Thus, it is extremely likely she was killed around that time.
So her baby would...
Just turning 18.
Baby would be turning 18. It would mean something, but sure that.
Because that body isn't Iris, and you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monica Iwa. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Isn't that right? Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime, illegally disposing of a body, and we can prove it. The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now, and witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body, and I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
Okay.
How did you know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know you're hiding something. You know what happened 18 years ago. And you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course you would have known. Tell me. Tell me everything!
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
I knew that was going to happen. It was only a matter of time.
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by now, but please, come back within 6 minutes.
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
Thank you, Peter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You know why.
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
Is that like what happened 6 years ago? My favorite moment? Nah, nothing there. Are you hiding something? Are you hiding something?
I'm not hiding anything.
Then let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
Me?
You know more about it than I do. Ask Pewter. He knows more about it than I do.
She looks defeated.
Well, first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7 or even 8.
I don't care about the exact time. I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
I don't.
If you imagine an egg as your consciousness, the Yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your shell. If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
So the consciousness stays in the
Because
body.
the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed. But there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
The human brain has what can be understood as a memory limit. One brain can only hold one consciousness, and it can only contain one person's memories.
I'm starting to think that it would make sense if my memory was switched with 89's memory. Why did you keep this a secret?
I was unaware of this as well. This information is not on any accessible database.
It's classified.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited? But
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any sinkers this, including you. Project Sync is a top-secret project. It's a matter of national security. Even sinkers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country. Those people. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The sync machine isn't just for entering a person's Somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between two people. Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands. That's why I didn't tell you. We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds?
That's so weird.
You remember what I told you earlier? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
6 minutes.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood. Let us begin.
One second.
God?
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
You're funny, Aiba.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan. Activate.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Just darkness. Flower looking thing. Leaves. Behind the man. Black. and Black Shadow, and then the girl, and then this. Reveal they told me it's secret buried deep inside. I'm still not doing anything right now.
It disappeared?
No, wait. It might still be nearby.
A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety.
Figure out the type. Worship it. Figure out the type.
I cannot identify the type of flower in this state. It appears to be some kind of lily. A flower bud. Worship it?
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the dead. It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but it's better than nothing happening.
Lit it up. A hole in the tree.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside.
Scream.
Stop giving me order!
I didn't know you had all that bottled up. Sorry.
My voice is echoing.
It must be pretty cavernous in there.
That was not the
hole.
solution. Stick the hand inside.
I am not going to be eaten or anything, right? Whoa!
Was this a trap?
I fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
5 minutes left, Date.
a rock.
Left it.
Do what?
Just try.
Understand?
Well?
No. A rock.
Worship it.
But it's
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
a rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from a rock.
Kick it.
Understand?
I see.
My
Sorry.
a rock. This is a simple rock.
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear to be.
We can exclude Rock Chew from the investigation. It's Ranju.
Renju Okiura.
Lure with him.
Yoo-hoo, Renju! Come get some of this. Come on!
Sorry, that was a bad idea.
Don't apologize. This is Renju's fault for having bad taste. Renju?
4 minutes.
Hit him.
This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizuki, you coward! No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizuki.
Renju?
Stole to him.
Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
He won't answer.
Not in a place... Renju? He looks young, but this is definitely Renju Okiura as he appeared approximately 20 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
A rock. But it's...
Gods live in the rock?
a rather...
Just try.
If you
Guess it was a wait.
A rock.
Three minutes, Date.
So we checked rock 1. Hole in the tree too.
A hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball.
Stick the hand in.
I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
Yeah.
A hole in the
Peek inside.
I cannot see anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Anything else?
I do not see... a hole.
Scream again.
The Emperor is naked!
Okay. What about the Empress, though?
The Empress is naked!
Sounds like my kind of empire. Let's move there. I don't see anything.
Nor do I. A hole in... Understood.
One picture?
This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monika.
Everyone is so young.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
A rock.
Maybe... So it's all in the tree too?
A rock. This is a simple rock, but...
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear to be. A rock.
Kick it.
Understood.
Or we can show in the picture.
Renju, look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
Shock Renju.
You have 1 minute left.
Oh, we're not gonna do it. Rock 3.
A rock. This is a
Is there any kind of pattern?
No.
There's a hole.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier.
Yeah.
Another voice? That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she?
Time's up.
Try from the first one.
A hole in a tree.
So the solution was to stick in the hand.
Five minutes left, Date.
A hole.
Tackle. Get the picture. Picture is to the right of Ranger.
Right.
Four minutes.
Oh, look at this.
What?
Oh, that's the hole. Finally, we found it.
What? It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice? Monica! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she?
3 minutes, Date.
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face. A hole in a...
Tackle this.
Leave it to me. Huh?
Date, perhaps we should pursue a more...
Yeah.
A hole in a tree. Hitomi! Date likes Hitom!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink, but still.
Hitomi stopped.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
He told me it's here.
That's Hitomi.
Hug her.
Hitomi?
Well?
She dresses modestly, but underneath she has a curvaceous body.
Good work, Aiba. That's good to know.
That's Hitomi. Hitomi, what are you doing here?
Guess she can't hear you. She looks like she's looking for something.
I'm not quite sure.
That's Hitomi. Where?
Well, you could, you know, touch her...
But in this Somnium, she might be a minor.
her stomach. Test how soft her stomach is.
If you say so. I touched it.
So, what's the softness situation? Tell...
It was soft. Nice and pliant. No noticeable abdominal muscles.
Valuable information.
You... That's Hitomi.
Inspector.
Hitomi Sagan. Like Renju, this must have been approximately 20 years ago.
Something must have happened around that time.
A rock. This is a simple rock.
Is there any kind of pattern?
No.
You have 1 minute left.
I'm between the rock and Hitomi. So if I go towards the rock to the left, face the rock, go left that way.
A rock.
Check.
This is a simple rock.
Is there any kind of pattern?
No. A rock.
Left it.
Well?
A rock. Understood. A rock. A hole in a tree.
Maybe we also stick a hand in.
I won't.
Time's up.
That's Hitomi. On it.
Shock Hitomi.
Date.
We try from here. Oh, that's it.
What is this?
Mama. 4 minutes.
What?
Okay, that's where we have to go.
Another.
Those are pretty.
A whole. A whole.
3 minutes, Date.
Might be important.
Okay, that's it, Tommy.
That's it.
Let's
Do
see
you
what she has
remember
to say
this?
about it.
Wait!
Follow her!
On it!
Something about a bracelet. We learned about that. There's another hole. If I go... This way.
A large hole?
I don't know, it's pitch black. I can't.
I see. Then it is not me malfunctioning.
Can you feel your way around?
I can try.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Cluster.
A licorice flower.
Okay, we have enough for everything.
Nothing is happening.
That's to be expected.
A licorice.
Grab it.
1 minute left.
I feel. It's useless. The roots must be strong. A like.
Dig it up.
Let's do it. What? Another hole. A large.
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
We've come this far.
We should have checked it, but... Okay.
That is...
There's a final cutscene. The body of the girl. Why is she looking like a ghost? So she knew about the death of the girl.
Hitomi, I think I know what happened 18 years ago. You three were close. You, Monica, and Renju. Monica was murdered. You and Renju found the body in the mountain, and you brought it back to the cold storage warehouse. My guess is So Sejima killed Monica. I've seen inside his head before, using this machine.
I see. If you know that much, then there's no point in hiding it anymore. I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, finally we learned something that is kinda like true in this investigation. Because I was kinda like... was a bit weird leaving the alien route. Probably the funniest one, but... still... Okay.
Wait, you're going to see So?
Yes. I want to talk to him in person.
No, you can't.
Why not? Are you worried about my body? You don't have to worry about that. I'm totally fine.
But your stomach is still...
Oh, my doctor told me that's normal. Your stomach doesn't go down right away after giving birth.
I'm not worried about your body. I don't know how to explain it. So doesn't care about you, and especially not your child.
I haven't told him about giving birth. He contacted me for the first time in a while.
So that's why.
He wants to know about the baby.
He must be panicking. If anyone ever finds out his mistress had his baby, his political career would be over.
It's not like it was an affair.
His wife passed away after giving birth to his son, right?
It would still be a big scandal. He impregnated a girl who just graduated high school. Don't you see how that looks? He knew how the public would take it. That's why he gave you the money to deal with it. There's no way he'll accept that child.
It's okay. I told him that I won't cause any trouble. But could you take care of the baby? Just for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Fine. But take this with you, just in case.
This sadly doesn't help us solve the first murder.
It's a GPS transmitter, just to be extra safe.
I really don't think I'll need it. But okay, if it'll make you feel better.
I don't know what Monica saw in So. She said he was kind and loyal, that he wanted to change Japan, but I didn't understand any of it. We tried to convince her to break up with him so many times. She never listened, and it ended in tragedy. What happened next, you already know. Neither Renju or I saw it happen, so I don't know how much of this is accurate, but we could guess what happened.
So Renju didn't see that happen, according to what she said. And so it's reliving our dead. What did you say to Manaka?
He told her to move overseas. He said he'd pay for everything.
Who told you this?
Renju told me.
But you said he wasn't there.
He heard some of this from the Kumakuras. Renju had connections with them.
How did the Kumakuras know?
So told them.
Who's the killer?
Date. You said that Monica was killed by So, but that's not true. Monica was killed by Saito Sejima, the son of So and his late wife.
Saito Sejima, the son of So?
Saito was 12 at the time.
12?
Yes.
But why would a little boy do that?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
What happened after
So
Manaka's
contacted
murder?
his friend, the chairman of the Kumakuras. He asked him to dispose of the body and left the scene with Saito.
The incident was 18 years ago. That means the chairman was Rohan, not Moma.
Rohan went to the scene of the crime?
Yes, with some of his men. Again, neither Renju or I saw this. We were just waiting at my house for Monica to return. But she never came back. We tried to call her cell, but it didn't connect. But then, we saw movement on the GPS.
The GPS Renju gave to Monica?
Yes. At first, we thought she was on her way home, but we saw the GPS getting further and further away from the city. Renju and I got nervous, and we decided to follow it.
What about the baby?
We couldn't take the baby with us, so Renju gave the baby to the mob doctor he trusted.
So they dug up, they killed her.
Those are Kumakura men.
The Kumakura
We didn't
killed
dare
her.
move. We couldn't speak. We were barely breathing. We could only watch as it all unfolded. I knew what the hole was for, but I couldn't move. Couldn't do anything. I remember my heart beating so fast. Before long,
We good here?
Yeah. Cover her.
Just a minute.
They use Falco's voice for that. 89.
Beautiful.
Was Rohan.
the Kumakura people covered Monika's body, then left. Renju and I ran over and dug up the grave with a tree branch. What we saw. Monica! Monica! We need to call the police.
No, we can't. Not yet.
Why not?
You don't know who those guys are. They would do anything to keep this hidden. I've seen it happen myself. I know what they're capable of. Anyway, think about it. Why would they do this? They thought Monica and her baby were going to be trouble. Monica's stomach was still pretty big. I don't think they know that she gave birth already. What do you think they'd do if they found out? They would take her and kill her too. And then they'd come for us. They'd make it look like we disappeared. All of us would be gone.
Renju convinced me. He knew more about the dirty underbelly of society than anyone. He knew when something couldn't be handled by the police. He said that they would do anything to kill the child, and I believed him. We had to protect Monica's baby. We had to. No matter what.
So they did it for the baby?
I understand. I decided to trust him. We couldn't leave Monica's body in the forest. We cleaned her up and took her to the cold storage warehouse.
This warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery. My father runs it, but it's not in use right now. They're moving operations to a better area. They're actually looking for buyers right now. But don't worry, I'll take over the warehouse.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'll keep everyone out. Everyone but you, of course. I'll give you a key. You can come visit any time you want to see Monica.
Man.
Monica?
That's messed up, though.
Don't worry about the baby. I'll protect her, no matter what. And don't worry about them, either. The people who did this to you, I will never forgive them. I'm sorry, Monica. Sorry. I'm sorry. Monica.
It's Iris. The baby was Iris. So that's Iris's mom dead? It took me a bit to realize that. You get the birth certificate?
The mob doctor took care of everything. I have the birth certificate, and I even picked up a mother and baby book. It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to worry about it. Just submit the birth certificate, and everything will be taken care of. You look worried.
I feel like I'm somehow betraying Monica. She was the one who gave birth.
Soon, you won't even be able to think about that, because a war is about to begin.
A war?
Between you and the baby. You won't get a good night's sleep for a long time. You might even start to resent Monica for all this.
Really?
Anyway, as soon as you submit the certificate, you will officially be her mother. Be sure to raise her
It is
responsibly.
Iris'
I'll
mom.
help.
Occasionally, huh? I was thinking about her name. How about Iris?
Iris?
The goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology, and the colored part of your eye.
And the flower, too.
Right.
I thought it might have something to do with your name, Hitomi.
Not only that, it's also for Monica's name. The kanji for Monica uses the character for love, and Monica reminds me of Manako, Japanese for eye.
So both names have something to do with the eye.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
Don't you think it's nice?
Iris. Yeah, I really like it. I don't really want to discuss this. There's something you need to know. After talking to the Kumakura, I found out who killed Monica. So's son, Saito Sejima.
How? Saito was only...
12 years old.
Why? Why would a little boy do that?
I don't know the motive, but I know it's true. So used his connections with the Kumakuras to cover up for his son, and all of the evidence of this scandal, of course.
I'll never forgive them. So, his son, or the Kumakuras.
I feel the same way, but you can't think about revenge now. You and the baby can't lead a life like that. Just bear with it for now. The opportunity will come, so wait until the right moment. Okay?
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected.
I'm starting to think with the route that all three of them died arranged suicide. With the bottles and everything. While in the other one, he killed So. Yeah, he killed his ex-wife for some unknown reason, and then suicide. What about Iris though? Tried to save her with the machine, but Iris died. And put her in the warehouse. Makes sense for the route where everyone dies.
Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her, Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep, and I always needed to put her to bed so carefully. It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again, so I had to pick her up, sing her another lullaby, then put her back to bed. After doing this over and over, before I knew it, The morning sun would creep in through the windows, but even with all that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away, but my hands were full. Raising Iris, I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
Mama! Mama! Woof! Woof!
Woof woof.
Mama! Omelette! Omelette! Sweetie! Mommy, I won race today! Is Mommy proud of me?
Proud.
Mommy, I want to see Milky Moon again! Mommy, you are so good at dancing! Mommy, pancakes are done! Sorry, I burned it a little. Mommy, why can't I dance at the stores? I can't help it! My body dances on its own! Mommy, don't more people come to barbecues? How come it's always you and me? Hey, Mommy. How long will it take my bone to get better? I want to dance again with everybody. Hey, Mommy! Do you like my shirt? Look, we're matching! Mommy, thank you for everything! I love you more than anything in the whole wide world! Mommy, look! I drew it! That was so fun! We should do it again!
The food or the food fight?
Both!
I'm gonna have to say no to the latter, sweetie. It took forever to clean.
But Uncle said he wants to do it again too. Hey, Mommy.
Yes?
Are you gonna marry him?
What are you talking about?
As long as it's Uncle, I'm all for it! I say go for it!
I would always question myself. Could I keep living a lie? I had promised Monica that I would avenge her, but I couldn't work up the courage. And maybe Renju was exaggerating, but there's no statute of limitations for murder in Japan. If we showed Monica's body to the police, So would be punished by the law. And the Sajima's and Kumakura's crimes would be uncovered, but that would mean Iris's secret would be uncovered as well. That's what I was really worried about. I didn't want Iris to know that So was her father, and even more than that, I didn't want her to know that I'm not her real mother. That's the
Okay.
real reason I've been silent for 18 years. I didn't want to lose Iris, but
At this point, Iris is in danger, so...
fate can be cruel. God used other means to take Iris from me. In January, Iris suddenly collapsed. It was caused by a malignant tumor in her brain. There's nothing we can do. She only has a year to live at most. That's what the doctor said. If you remember me telling you. But what I didn't tell you is that there was an experimental new treatment. It was...
What was it?
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
Nanomachine technologies?
Nanomachines. Nanomachines could remove the tumor, but the procedure would be so expensive. With my salary, it wasn't something I could afford. I thought hard about it, about how I could get my hands on that kind of money, but I couldn't think of a solution. Time passed. Before I knew it, it was November. Iris's symptoms worsened. Her time was running out. I was starting to panic. I couldn't sit here and waste time while Iris... In any case, I had to get the money before it was too late. So I thought of a plan to blackmail So Tsujima.
The real father.
Two days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come. After I hinted at what happened 18 years ago, I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally arrived, he walked over to the workbench where I had laid Monica's body. He lifted the cloth and looked. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed. Seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago. Not to mention it was the body of a woman he was in a relationship with. A woman his own son killed. He reacted exactly as I expected he would. I had prepared a recording and sent it to his phone.
I know what happened 18 years ago. Everything. I know who did it, and I know she had a baby inside her. You can probably guess what I'm going to say next. Be prepared to pay for my silence. I will tell you the exact amount later, and don't tell anyone about this. Not Saito, not the Kumakuras. If you do anything even remotely suspect, I will go to the press with the truth. Understand?
I told him to keep quiet and cut ties with the Kumakuras, even if he found out who I was. Without the Kumakura gang, he had no power over me, and there's no way he'd risk his political career not to go after me. I saw So put his phone back into his pocket and run out of the warehouse.
That's when we enter.
I came out of my hiding place to put Monika's body back, but then something unexpected happened. I saw you, Date. I hid behind the forklift before you saw me, and when you were done looking around...
It can't be. Iris.
I was losing consciousness, my head felt fuzzy. Couldn't gather my thoughts, I didn't know what to say. Instead, Aiba did the talking.
Iris is not Hitomi's daughter. But Iris's father is Sosajima. Her mother, Monika Iwai, was killed 18 years ago by So's son, Saito. However, Hitomi raised Iris since she was a baby. Hitomi showed unwavering love and compassion for her.
I should have understood saying the being her on the baby.
Just as much as her biological mother would have.
I think they
Not
blurred the
more.
cutscene though. It was like brown in the other cutscene. That's why I didn't realize.
Iris's tumor was discovered in January of this year. The only possible treatment was experimental nanotechnology. However, that treatment is restrictively expensive. Hitomi devised a plan to blackmail Sosajima for the money. The best way to establish the blackmail was to show him proof directly. That is why Hitomi created the scene with the corpse. She was the one who called So to the warehouse. On Sunday night, what Date saw was what Hitomi had prepared for So. That is the summary of what we have learned so far. But there are some things I have yet to understand. Date, pull yourself together. Ask her question. Date, snap out of it.
Time some questions. Why did Rohan remove Mayaka?
I'm sorry. I
The
have
high.
no idea.
You tell Ranju?
No, I did not. All of this was my idea.
Continuing Sunday's event.
I probably don't have to ask, but let me just be sure. After I left the warehouse, what did you do?
I put Monika's body back onto the hood of the forklift. Then, I left.
Makes sense.
That's why the police didn't see the body when they arrived on the scene. It makes perfect sense now that I have the facts. Iris did not resurrect. You simply mistook Monica for Iris. The body did not disappear. Hitomi moved it. Those were the events at the warehouse Sunday night. Simple.
Simple.
There are still a few loose ends, but I believe I understand what occurred 18 years ago. However, none of this ties directly back to Shoko Nadami. Her murder was just 4 days ago. Is it connected, or are these two separate cases?
If there is a connection, it would be with Renju and So. We can think about it later. More importantly...
Headed for the exit.
Wait. Where are you going?
To look for Iris, of course.
But you have no idea where she is, right?
Do you know something?
Yes.
You know where she is?
At around 4 o'clock today, I received a phone call. I don't know who it was. They were using a voice modulator.
What did they say?
I have your daughter. Don't call the police or she dies. That's why I didn't tell you earlier.
Renju.
We don't know that for certain. It could be number 89.
Either way, Iris is in danger right now.
The voice asked for something else. He told me to go to a specified location with you.
With me?
Yes.
The culprit knows me? It must be Renju. What location?
I'm sorry, but this stops now.
Date. Run!
What?
Boss!
Please, do not worry. I merely put her to sleep.
What are you doing?
My orders. They told us to halt our investigation. The boss was already going against orders as it is, which is why...
Investigation? What investigation? Shoko or Iris?
Neither. The investigation of Monica's murder.
Monica? But her case is all but completely solved.
Yes, but only to us, right? If we say nothing, then her investigation is ongoing.
So Tsujima. So threatened us, didn't he?
I don't know. But you've been stripped of your authority on this investigation as of 5 minutes ago. In fact, you are to be placed under house arrest. What will you do, Date? I suggest you comply.
Aiba, can you turn the power off?
Easily.
Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1.
0, -1, -2.
Now tell me, where is the location?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
If I told you, you'd go alone, wouldn't you? But if I don't go with you...
Alright, take me there. I know this place.
It's the chemical plant that closed 8 years ago.
How did I know that? The corner of my mind were aching.
Date, I'm sorry. This is going to be bad.
What happened?
Someone has begun to access my stored memory. They are attempting to wipe all the data. Everything I have accumulated over the last 5 years, including backups.
Pewter. Is Pewter doing this?
Almost definitely. He does have admin rights. I summoned some ice, but that will only buy time. I have 4 hours at the most. After my ice is broken, Pewter will be able to access Wadjet, my core programming. He would be able to destroy my mind.
Why?
It must be related to the orders they are receiving from the top. The higher-ups clearly see you as a threat, Date. They are attempting to limit your power by removing me from the equation. I suppose their motivation hardly matters now. The most important thing now is,
finding Iris and bringing her to Abyss within 4 hours, or else I will cease to exist.
Oh, wow.
Date? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just...
All right. Now you know. So get moving. I'm counting on you, Date.
Should be plenty of time. I grabbed my revolver and got moving.
I'll go in first. You wait here.
Okay.
Is that... Renju?
Ranchu and 89. The case remain unsolved. It's another one of those. It just ends like that. Cool. So I need a recap of what happened here. From this route, we went here. So they released Iris. Ride home to Iris. We went to Marble. Ota trick ducted, knocked him with a teaser. While hunting down Ota, Data received a call from Boss. The culprit was live streaming, panicking. Data watched the video. Iris was lying on the ice cutting machine. Iris and Ota dead. 89 was linked to the case. We have the story from Falco. 89 is covering a strange green glow. It cannot be reached. Oh, that was that. And then we have this one. That is so Itomi getting shot by Rohan and Boss. Why was Boss there? That confronted Peter, asked about him. Peter told Data that the corpse of Sosejima was found. His left eye torn out. It must have been saying killer that they were hunting. Data went to Boss' office to make her explain herself, but she was nowhere to be found. Said that what Data and Aiba found in Bota was the video were murdering Sosejima. So this is a route where Boss murders Sosejima. I think maybe I will end here. How long has it been? Two hours. Yeah, maybe I'll end here. 2 hours 40. It's been a good amount of time for this game for today. Next time we move from here, we do probably this route, and let's see if we have a final route. I think it's a good point to stop. We did the red route, we did the purple route, the pink route. We now can do this one, and that will probably unlock that one. Probably. So yeah, let's end it here for now. Hope you enjoyed. It's another crazy ending. See you in the next one. See you in the next part. Bye bye.